Pringle looking towards Agard. Ravel, ambitious, but brilliant! I don't believe it! I swear I do not believe it! And they are back on terms!
Hello and welcome to the End of Season Awards New York Talk. We've got our best shirts and bow ties on. Black tie event as is standard procedure for End of Season Awards. We've got 7 categories to go through, from Loanee to the Year, Player of the Year, and some other ones as well. Mick, thank you for being here with you. You look dead smart.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome, and obviously everybody on the audio podcast will fully appreciate everything that you've just said.
Ben, unfortunately, you look the smartest out of all of us, which is really annoying. Popping both I've been not being straight, but that's fine.
Thank you. It is now. Thank you.
Yeah, this is very childish, but you know.
We're celebrating being back at studio after social distancing issues of sort of
the last year.
Yeah. So last year.
Okay. So stuff. Very professional. Very professional.
It's really taking the wind out of your sails having to dress like a compare, isn't it?
It has. Yeah, but I feel like I'm having to be professional. I ain't got the professionalism in me.
No.
So we're going to start
with
the standard stuff. If you haven't already, please subscribe on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get. Please subscribe and go to newyorktalk.co.uk. There's 3 or 4 new articles up there. From a player review for Wes Harding, and our season review, and also 10 things I hate about following Rotherham from afar from the IFC on Twitter. So there's Lewis Alderman, Danny Glaze are also part of those 3 articles. And they're all very, very good, and there will be more coming up soon in the next few weeks. So keep an eye on New York Talk as well, because I think that even though I can say this because we didn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm not promoting myself here. There's some really good stuff on that website. I think so. Check it out if you haven't already, and keep an eye because there will be more coming. And
most of it, as you say, is the stuff that we've had nothing to do with at all. The best stuff.
Yeah, if that's not a sure sign, sure sign of quality, I don't know what it is.
Absolutely.
If you subscribe to the website, if you register an account, you'll get an email when there's an article ready as well, which is pretty cool. Thanks, Mick, for the website for doing that.
You're very welcome. As you're aware, my technological skills have no bounds. They know no bounds at all.
Yeah, somewhat like that. So I say we've got 7 categories. End of the season. We know it's been a not great end to the season, but there were still some really good moments, some really good performances of the season. So we're going to go through the categories and award some awards. Ben?
Yeah, why not?
Ben, I think it's better if you start.
Go on then.
We spared no expense. New bow ties, gold envelopes, no expense spared. So
everyone can see that. There's signing of the season.
So tell us the nominees.
Right.
We'll talk about the nominees. And
the nominees were individually.
Say that again.
Doesn't matter. The nominees are, I didn't put, Angus Mcdonald, Wes Harding, Barley, and Victor Johansson.
Cool. And that was for signing the season, wasn't
it?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Fine. So we'll start with Angus Mcdonald, shall we? Ben, you were one of his biggest critics. I think that's a polite way to put it. At the start of the season. But in since the Wednesday games, the last 2 or 3 months of the season, if that was his form for the entire season, he would be in contender for overall player of the season.
If that was his form for the entire season, we would have stayed up. But it wasn't. He was not very good at the start. His distribution was poor. His defending was poor. His fitness looked poor.
Fitness?
Yeah. I mean, there's not much to say about him at the start. But
you didn't think he looked fit?
No.
Gosh.
Well, I mean, I don't swing that way, but...
Wow.
But we can edit that bit out, I think.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
No. But yeah, I mean, either that or his commitment weren't there, because I've seen him not tracking back, but he did turn it around, but a few on goals. Some of them he could have done something about, in my opinion, but apparently I'm harsh.
I can't remember one of them against
It just
Huddersfield in
the goal
96
against, it wasn't no goal, but the goal against QPR, he got
The one that came off his back, I think.
No, the one where he got turned like a
halfway. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
but it's what it is. He played well at end of season, so he definitely up there for signing at season.
Me and you, Mick, are more of. I think he's had a pretty good season. He's certainly dipped in the middle. For me, there's no question about that. But I think he started off solid enough without being outstanding, but he ended the season being outstanding.
Yeah, he did, definitely. I think that's a fair assessment. That's a really fair assessment. He's a cracking player. I think he just had a dip in form, like you say, in the middle of the season, and probably confidence as well. What with like Ben's mentioned there, the couple of own goals and mistakes that he's obviously aware that he's made that have led to goals. Perhaps I mean the Norwich one for us that is one that springs to mind as well. But boy, has he come on in the second half of the season, and he has been one of the standout players for me towards the back end of this season. Definitely.
I agree with that. Definitely. Who we got next, Ben? Wes Harding.
Wes Harding, yeah.
I mean, Wes Harding's up for a few awards this season tonight.
Well, yeah.
I'll start with this one. I think he's been, for me, he should win this award. We'll find out in a minute if he has. But he has made mistakes, Ben. But for the most part, he's been Mr. Reliable.
Well, he's played, I think, every game.
He's played a part in every game, yeah.
I mean, that tells you all you need to know. I didn't personally like the fact that he was starting over Michael Sunday at the start, which I think maybe cost us a few games. But towards the end, he was first name on the team sheet, to be honest. So he was so good. I don't know what we got him for.
150k, something like that.
8 still. We'll get some money off him if he does go, which I doubt he will. But when he does, we'll make some money off him.
He's got an argument to make. I know it's very, really early days. I spoke to the third tier about it. He could end up being the best player at that level next year.
Yeah, without doubt. No question about it. I mean, well, I say that with such positivity, don't I? And obviously, having not played, not watched a game at that level for 12 months, it's perhaps a bit of an arrogant thing to be so sure about. But I'll be amazed. I'll be absolutely amazed if there's a player in League One of his ability in that position. Well, in any of those positions, right across back five.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well, last time we were Championship, I thought Sunday was best player in League One, and I think Sunday's. Well, I think Sunday's better than Harding, but I think Harding could definitely be there.
I think Harding's much better defensively.
Yeah,
much better defensively.
Yeah, he's not even. Yeah, let's not go into that argument. Yeah. But yeah.
Again, that won't be the last we talk about Harding tonight.
No.
Should we talk about Dan Barley, Mick?
Yeah.
Signed in the summer for, I think, around 300 grand, somewhere between 300 and 400 grand. We were all very, very excited.
Yeah, really pleased.
And I think in the long run, it's going to turn out to be a superb signing. But I think it was a year too early for the Championship.
Yeah, I think it was for Dan. I think it was.
At times, though, I think at times it was brilliant.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. But he lost that consistency that he'd had. In League One. If you remember back to the beginning of that League One season when he signed on loan for us, he really struggled to acclimatise to the pace of the division and everything else, and it took a while for him to really get into his stride. I think he stepped up in the Championship and had the same problem. The problem for him this season has been that he's not been able to tie that place in the team down.
No, I'm sorry. I was just laughing about what I said.
Oh, right, okay. You're laughing at your own jokes.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's no problem, mate. He's not been able to tie that place in the team down, has he?
It seems like he needs to play games as well.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, we can hang on to him for next season. Hopefully,
I think we will.
I'd be surprised if we don't.
But I mean, maybe he'll want to play at a higher level, but I think he's going to have to prove himself.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Really pleased that we got him though.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
A bit hard. It's technically a new signing, isn't it?
Technically, I know he was on loan last year, but technically it was. Yeah. We didn't sign. Looking back now, we didn't sign a great deal last summer.
No. Well, should go to.
Yeah. Well, the final one again. This won't be the last time we talk about him tonight. Victor Johansson's the final nominee, Ben.
Yeah.
He started on bench. He was from the outside. It looks like we signed him as a project. We didn't sign him to starting goal all this season.
Yeah.
He got, I think, his first game against Preston, and Blackman wasn't injured. He was brought in on by merit because Warnock's caught that Blackman's not playing as well, so Johansson's got his chance.
Yeah.
And although he ended the season out of the team, he hasn't really looked back.
No, he had some lucky mistakes in that first game, which is expected his first game of proper football.
Yeah.
Actually good football. So what do you expect? But yeah, I mean, he didn't finish the season for
Other
obvious reasons, certain reasons.
Let's not talk about that.
Let's not
shall we?
talk about that. But yeah,
There'll be a fight in studio between me.
but yeah, they were. It was better than Blackman, I think, this season, and I feel quite bad for Vickers.
Yeah, no.
Because I think whoever played that game would have carried on. If Vickers had played that game, it would have been talking about him. But listen, I'm really excited for him for the future.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
Fair enough. Ben, would you like to reveal the winner of the sign of the season?
I mean, I've just ripped the envelope.
That's what you meant to do. How else are you going to get into an envelope without ripping it?
What's happening here? Oh, the winner is Wes Harding.
Well done.
Well done. Well done, Wes Harding.
I mean, well done for you for working out how to get an envelope. Well done, mate.
Well done, Wes Harding.
Well done, Wes Harding. Sign of the season. Any complaints with that one?
No, I don't think you can, really. I don't think you can complain, can you?
Next one. I'm not lying. For anyone who's watching on YouTube.
On +1.
I'm +1.
I'll go next because I've got 3 awards. So we'll do Rising Star Award, which is basically Young Player of the Year, as named by Mick's wife.
Yeah. Seems to be fair. Yeah.
So this is under 23 Player of the Year because there's not many young players. So we went under 23 from the start of the season. So Ryan Giles, Victor Johansson, Ben Wiles, and Matt Sunday. So start with Ryan Giles. He only came in January, Mick.
Yeah.
And he started off like a house on fire. The fire got put out a bit, and then it got accelerated towards the end of the season again.
Yeah, but basically, I think that's pretty much it's pretty fair. It died to embers, really, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then somebody poured petrol on it towards back end. I mean, what a player he's going to be for Wolves in the future, you would think. Anyway, he's certainly got that. Yeah. He's certainly got that potential, but he's also got that potential to not perform, which might be a worry. I don't know, going forward, but it's not going to be our worry. He's done a good job for us. He's done a decent job for us. Scored us a couple of crucial goals. Really, really good player. Like him a lot.
Came on defensively as well, then, didn't it, towards the end of the season?
Yeah. I wasn't impressed with him at the start. I know everyone was raving about him because he scored 2 goals. In my opinion, he got very lucky with the goals. With one of them a massive deflection. But yeah, people don't want to talk about that. But yeah, he come on middle of the season. He was horrible, to say the least. But yeah, he did come on a lot. And to be honest, he nearly kept us up, I thought, because when Matic went out, I'm not going to lie, I was very, very worried. Because Matic started at left back since even I can remember. So I was very worried. But kind of filled in for him. He started over Matic towards the end of the season. So he's going to be a very good player in the future, but he needs good coaching.
He was key for us as well because Sundays form had dipped so badly. We needed to have Wes Harding on the right-hand side. So if Giles hadn't turned his defensive performances around, we would have had to put Ben Wiles there, which would have been an issue because he's not a left wing back. Victor Johansson, again, voted for the nominee for this one as well. Getting back on him, Mick, is ours, which is quite exciting. For the first time since 2016-17 season, we've got a goalkeeper that's ours.
I know.
And not only that, he's a very, very good goalkeeper.
I would argue, arguably, he's probably better than any of the ones that we've had on loan.
Could be.
Arguably, or potentially has the potential to achieve that.
I prefer him to Iverson. I'd argue at Rodak, but I think you could say, from what we've seen this season, so from a full season from Iverson, Johansson so far, it's a very short window we're looking at.
Yeah, of course.
He has been more dependable than Iverson.
Oh, yeah. But not Rodak. Rodak's going to be Premier League.
Well, he is.
Rodak should be in the Champions League.
Yeah.
He's better than some of the Premier League keepers I've seen. He's better.
He's a good keeper. He is a good keeper. But I'm absolutely convinced that Johansson's got the ability to surpass that.
Listen, anyone's got the ability.
Oh, there you go.
Well, not anyway, but...
And he's with Best Club to bring him on, isn't he?
Yeah, I agree with that, definitely. Ben Wiles also is in the Young Rising Star nominations. A stop-start season for him, Mick. he had some superb performances.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the Preston game away. There was another game where he got moved Huddersfield away, where I know he missed the chance at the end, but he was superb in that Huddersfield game.
I feel for Ben Wiles. I do. I feel for him. I feel that he for a kid of his age, he's been put upon this season in terms of playing just about every other position bar goalkeeper and centre half, and he's not been allowed to grow as a player, to grow as a Championship player this season because he's been moved about all over the shop and asked to do different things virtually every game, and he's also played so much as well. Yeah. So the mental and physical fatigue that's going to bring on for him is shown towards the back end of the season, and his form's dipped, his confidence has dipped, So I feel for him a little bit, Ben Wiles, but there's no doubt at all. Anybody who's seen him play, who knows the football, can see that he has got the potential to be a really, really top class player. Another one within that squad that has the potential to go a long way. It's great for club. It's fantastic for club, and it's great for Ben Wiles. He's a local lad. I know Brex and what have you on commentary, Les Payne, constantly talking about Role Marshal, but it's a big thing. Yeah, it's a big thing. If you were a supporter, you listen to this podcast, you're obviously supporting Rotherham United. Just think how you would have felt at 20, 21 years old, pulling on that red and white shirt and walking out in New York Stadium and scoring a goal in Championship for your hometown club. Yeah. Just think how that must feel. You know what I mean? I just can't get my head around how good it must feel. So for him to drop off in form and get a little bit of criticism as well, it can't have been easy for a lad of that age. But he's got a long way to go. A long way to go, Ben Wiles.
Big season from next year, isn't it, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, make or break it here. I think if he performs well, he'll go on to play Premier League because he's honestly, technically, unreal. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen anyone like it for Rotherham. Maybe Joe Newell on his best day.
Could be bothered.
Yeah, on his best day on Lloyd's, but but yeah. But yeah, I'm very excited for him. I think playing left back and everywhere else was on purpose for development purposes. Part of it was
and needs must.
Oh, you what?
And needs must.
Needs must. What does that mean?
If you need to, you must.
Oh yeah, and that as well. Partly development. I think it's a good development opportunity playing different positions because you see the game differently.
I suppose. Final one for the Rising Star is Matt Sunday. Somebody who won't be the last one we talk about tonight. Ben, are you still the president of the Matt fan club?
I will be to the day I die or he dies.
Or leaves.
Depends how he leaves. I've seen on his Instagram stories in London, which is not a good sign for us, but is what it is.
Are you stalking him?
But no,
I'm just asking.
Yeah, he will. I mean, don't you say anything about his first 4 months, 3 months? Unreal.
First 2 seasons. 80 months of his 2 years.
Yeah, unreal. League One. One of the best players I've ever seen put on a Rotherham shirt. Honestly. Right back, big left wing. We played right back and then he played left wing and he made right back look like a eight. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Big call, Ben. Big call.
Well, he's made so many defensive one-on-one blocks that have saved for goals and then gone up the other end and put a wonderful cross in. I think with the right coaching and a little change in his mentality and attitude, I don't see why he can't go far.
Yeah.
Because he's the complete package. He's a typical American freak athlete, but actually plays football. Proper football. So
it's nice to hear that, Ben.
Well, yeah.
You don't know how injured he is. Towards the end of the season, mate, we played him a lot, and I wonder how fit he was because it's right as we record, he's still in talks to re-sign for the club.
Yeah,
which means his heart wasn't set on leaving in January, for example.
Yeah.
So we can't put. For me, you can't put the change in his form now to head turning.
No,
because he might still stay.
Yeah. It's difficult to know, isn't it? I mean, my thought at the time was, is his heart really?
That's what I thought. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Mm.
It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one. But
I don't know. What was his alleged injury? Groin.
I can't remember now.
If it was
He
groin,
was out for a while though, wasn't he?
if it was groin, I don't know what groin injury can give you that much pain.
It's just confidence. It's confidence in your body. If he's been rushed back a bit because we needed him, again we may be talking absolute nonsense here. But if it was an injury, did he have the confidence in his body to do what he normally does do? I don't know.
Who knows?
So Rising Star Award this year goes to exciting, isn't it? Victor Johansson.
I think that's fair.
I
I think that's really fair, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think that's fair. I think all of a sudden they got it last year, but
if all of a sudden he continued his form,
yeah,
I think he'd got it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Nick.
Yes. Shall we do one that was voted for on Twitter and social media, which is Team Performance of the Year?
So this is, as it says on the tin, what we shortlisted 4 performances of the season which we thought were excellent. Put it out on Twitter, and you guys, some of you guys, hopefully all of you, voted for which one you thought was the overall. So this is not necessarily the best result.
No, it's
just as a team, what was the best performance?
Yeah. And the nominations were Sheffield Wednesday at home, Everton away, Middlesbrough away, and Derby at home.
Cool.
So, do you want to go? I mean, everybody knows what the winner is, don't they? Who's voted?
They might do. I mean, I deleted it, so people.
Maybe people don't know. Then.
What you got? Top one Wednesday there. Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday at home, which started off for the first 3 minutes until Dronegate has been a bit of a worry, and then all of a sudden it just turned and we did what we do with Sheffield Wednesday regularly, battered them
regularly.
Well, they don't have
what can I say?
They had New. They just scored 4 in the last 3 minutes, weren't they?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you said that.
Yeah, I do wonder. Looking back now, Ben, I wonder how much of that performance was us being really good, or them just being confidence like of ours.
I think it were them. I think they were awful. They were
After the first goal, they were awful.
Oh, they were dreadful. Lindsey played.
Oh, Lindsey was
well. I think his goals were good.
Yeah,
but then again, he didn't do any of that for the rest of the season, not even once.
Well, he did until his injury.
It makes you wonder: was it just awful defending? 3-0 against Wednesday. I don't know what more you want, to be honest with you.
Yeah, fair comment. Yeah, fair comment.
Everton
Away is the next one, and we talked about this game, haven't we? Before, even before the draw, the third round draw, that we wanted. Personally, I was talking about the fact that I wanted a game that we could lose and get out. We needed to be out. We did not want a cup run at that time. Can
you imagine if let's just say it now? Can you imagine if we got through to the 5th round of FA Cup? What the hell would have happened to the season?
Oh, it would have been ridiculous, wouldn't it? Well, they'd still made us play, wouldn't they? They'd have still made us play 2 lots of 4 games in a week. It's a crime. I'm telling you now, that is a crime, and I think it should be reported as such. But yeah, Everton Away, the performance was, in my view, I think we said it on one of the podcasts on the season review. It was almost a perfect performance because we absolutely took the game to them, and there was nothing in that game at all. It finished 1-1 at 90 minutes. We could have done with losing within 90 minutes rather than losing in injury in extra time. To be fair, it would have been nice for them just to bang a little goal in. Well, I think they tried. They tried. I think it would given they choked it out. But yeah, I mean, we needed confidence coming out of that performance, and what a great performance it was.
Can I just say as well? At that point, they were second.
I don't think they were second, but they were
up there. Calvert-Lewin, one of the top scorers in the thing. Richarlison were on form. They were flying. They were one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah, they were.
And we battered them, and they have been the same ever since.
Yeah.
Is that so? What you're saying is that we are the reason they didn't make top 4.
I didn't say that.
So we've ruined Everton's season as well as our own.
Sorry,
I didn't say that. Yeah, I'm sorry, Everton fans. Well, I'm not. Really.
Well, she got Middlesbrough away.
Middlesbrough away, 3-0 win, 3-0 victory.
Yeah, there's not much to say about this performance, really.
No. Great.
Superb performance for me. One of the best away performances in a long time.
Yeah. and probably a photograph of the scene as well after that penalty, which I think we tweeted out a few times, didn't we? Of Crooksy and Smithy having a little pop at that Borough player whose name escapes me.
Morsey, I think.
That's it, Morsey. Yeah.
That's just beautiful.
Great.
That picture's beautiful.
It's a thing of beauty.
That's just what you want at your club, that, isn't it?
Yeah, that would performance benefit. If we formed like that maybe 2 more times this season, we'd have stayed up. We just needed that type of performance a little bit more.
Yeah.
We're going to be saying this for 10 years. If we'd have done this, this sort of thing,
that's football.
That's football. And, that's what makes it so interesting, because if we were down 2 months ago, it wouldn't be fun. You know what I mean?
It weren't fun at final day.
Promotion won't feel so good without relegation, though, would it? You know what I mean? Or Son and and stuff like that. So,
fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Derby at home.
Derby at home, 3
sweet.
Yeah,
that was so sweet. That just and it was only sweet. It wasn't sweet particularly because of the performance, which was all right, not bad, not brilliant. Derby were garbage. Clip that, put it on your podcast if you want. But it was the build up to that game after the cancellation because of COVID and then the weather and then
the accusations.
and then we had to play it the following day and everything else. There's a whole package around it. Sorry, I just banged my microphone. The whole package around that it was so sweet to come out of that with 3 points and then a commanding victory as well. Just brilliant. Didn't do us any good in the long run. I accept that. I bet you don't clip that bit. But yeah.
Yeah, that was a shame. It was a superb performance, man.
Yeah.
Unreal. I mean, so sweet, like you said, to win straight. But
and he got upset and all, didn't you? After he said something
about
chair.
I mean, come on, man.
I think
that's right.
The thing is, it's very it runs to that like Rooney or liked Rooney. That's a Sir Alex move. To deflect.
I can't imagine even Alex
to deflect his team's bad performance onto something else.
We might be looking back at this with rose-tinted glasses about Fergie, but he wouldn't have done that, Fergie.
No.
He may have said something about the officials. He may have said something about a goal being lucky or something like that. He wouldn't come out and call one of the opposition officials, who had nothing to do with the game, class or whatever he called him.
Yeah.
It is so much about Rooney. I may come back to it in words. There's so much about it that makes me think he's not going to make it.
No, he's not. We'll see. We'll see. The thing is, Alex Ferguson's a very intelligent man. I'll leave that there. So,
go on.
And, oh God, I've dropped it. The winner is Middlesbrough away, which I think is a pretty fair assessment. I didn't vote for that one, but,
Did you not?
No, I voted for Everton away.
Okay. It was close, to be fair.
But, it was. I mean, it was probably the performance of the season as a team, all told.
I agree. I thought it was superb. We were Neil Warnock team and we just shut them down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Benjamin.
Which one? Nip. We're going to individual performance of the season. So nominations are Lindsey against Wednesday at home, Smith versus Borough away, All Sunday against Everton away, and Crooks versus Stoke at home.
Should we go from bottom to top this time to mix it up?
Well, we did have a late entrance into this.
Did we? Well, if you tell me there's a late entry, it's not won.
Well,
because it's not on the nominations. It hasn't won.
It was nominated by Matt Goodwin, and he nominated John Breckin for his performance against Stoke City at home. So, I'll just put that out there, folks.
Controversial.
Tweet at RUFC_pod if you want to complain about this particular award. Because Brexham won it, I can tell you that now.
No,
spoiler alert.
No. Sorry. Bottom to top, Matt Crooks against Stoke. Of course, that's the game we're talking about, Nick. As you mentioned then. 2 goals. I think it bar as well.
Yeah.
It was a good game, really, really good game. Proper championship. It was the opposite of the original game against Stoke, which was a terrible game.
This was awful, wasn't it? Because we did the preview podcast. And I remember saying how crap the game against Stoke was at their place.
Yeah.
What an absolute garbage side they were. Clip that. and how rubbish they'd been, and they were Route 1, and they were this, and they were that, and we talked about it on. There was lots of conversation on social medias about, there's going to be a 0-0 ball draw, low scoring game. It might be one goal in it, kind of thing. And then that happened.
And then 3-3.
I don't know naff all about football.
No. It was again. We could say this about almost probably 40 out of 46 games. That one of them games, Ben, you just want to be there. It's under lights at New York. Goals flying left, right, and centre. They'd have brought a load of fans.
Yeah,
it'd have been amazing, wouldn't it?
It would have been unreal. I mean, there's so many games like that this season, though. At night as well. 3-3. When was the last time we had a 3-3?
Derby, probably.
Derby.
Yeah.
Wow, everyone remembers that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, it's why you watch football. To get games like 3-3. Like, it was amazing. Honestly, I'd pay anything to be there.
Yeah. Matt Sunday away at Everton. We just talked about the performance. Mick voted for it being performance of the season.
Yeah.
Matt Sunday made a first choice left back in the Premier League, but like absolute.
Can we just say it was a Digne? Was it Digne?
Yeah.
Ex-Barcelona starter.
I mean, there's plenty of people that went to Barcelona.
No, starter. He weren't garbage at Barcelona. He started for a few years.
Yeah, he taught him a new one, didn't he?
And France left back.
He didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And that just shows what that kind of pace and that kind of ability can do to a top class defender. Hopefully we can keep hold of him.
He's got a little bit. He's almost there in terms of being an overall player.
Yeah.
He needs to play. He needs to play more games. If you're Matt Sunday, you're not going to start with Wes Harding. 95% of the time, you're not starting with Wes Harding.
No.
Because you're not good enough defensively. Not by much. I'm not saying he's a bad defender.
No.
I'm just saying I think Wes Harding is a better defender. So that's going to play into my thinking about renewing my contract.
Yeah, mine too. But then I ain't got one, so.
No, that's true. Ben?
I mean, is there anything to say?
I mean, it's
he got his first goal.
It's a podcast
his only goal.
Talk. First and only goal, yeah.
It was not a very good goal.
Goal's
a goal.
fine.
Listen, it crossed the line. I celebrated. I don't care. But yeah, like you said, World Cup winner, I think. Did he go to World Cup?
I don't know.
Might have done.
I assume when we scored.
We'll check that. World Cup winner. Digne. I mean,
okay.
Oh, Sunday's
if you're not going to say any more words, we'll move on.
Oh, Sunday is so good.
Okay.
Yeah,
he is very good.
I think we've sort of bottomed that one.
Michael Smith away at Middlesbrough. This is the reason he is probably going to end up at Middlesbrough. This
possibly. Yeah.
It was his absolute best.
Yes, it was.
Probably his best performance in Rotherham shirt. Probably.
No, certainly up there, weren't it? Certainly up there. He just
some good ones.
Yeah, he has. He just made he made him look like mugs, didn't he? Defensively, and he showed what he's capable of. And it's a credit to Paul Warne and his team, the improvement in Michael Smith since he came here from the bench at Bury, to now being touted as being worth £1 million quid to a championship club. It's fantastic bit of business by Rotherham United, ultimately, and great for Smithy as well. If he can get that move, he's back up near home. You know what I mean? And
it's Neil Warnock in his second full season at a championship club.
Yeah, man.
That's the year you want Neil Warnock in charge of your club.
Absolutely.
That's when his teams make their move.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, great. I mean, if he goes with my best wishes, 100%. I'd like him to stay, but if he doesn't, then please fill your boots, fella.
How difficult, Ben, is it? Probably are going to replace him. How difficult is a player like Michael Smith to replace? It's not irreplaceable,
no, by any stretch,
but it's difficult.
The type of player he is, on football-wise, I think it could be very hard. But if you can bring someone in with that level of work ethic and that level of determination, then you're going to get someone even better. And then we're going to sell him and wonder if we can replace him, you know?
Yeah.
So I think we will. I don't know who. I have honestly no idea. But, yeah, I mean, you're going to be sad because he will go. He deserves to go. He's put the work in to deserve that move. one of the few players on the team, very few players on the team that I think deserves to go. And he's a Warnock player. And I mean, come on. If you're going to design a Warnock player, there's
not far off the full picture.
I'm going to say him and Woody are like Christmas gift. him and Wooden
Mick knocked the table. If anybody's wondering what happened, Mick knocked the table.
Wooden Smith.
Come on, Ben. Pull it together.
Pull yourself together, man.
Wooden Smith Christmas gift for Warnock.
Yeah. If Richard Wood were 24,
Yeah.
Warnock would sign.
Oh, big
yeah.
time,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And last one is
Jamie Lindsey, which I think we just discussed, haven't we, against the fouls down at our place.
Yeah.
Down at New York.
He was superb.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely, it was. Absolutely. So,
it's Ben's this one.
oh, it's Ben's.
It's mine.
I don't know why I'm choosing. I don't know why I'm reading. Why am I reading
So
them?
the winner is Matt Sunday
Versus Everton.
versus Everton.
Yeah.
Which is deserved.
Oh, yeah. I think so.
100%.
Definitely. Definitely. Sorry, Breck.
Yeah.
I thought your
so
performance
good.
against Stoke were outstanding as well,
I mean,
personally.
you weren't nominated. So.
You weren't nominated.
No. We'll do me. We've got 4 left, so we will get a move on. Loanee of the season. This one was quite difficult to pick some nominations, to be honest. There's one notable omission, but you'll work out who it is. Lewis Wing, Ryan Giles, Jamal Blackman, and Florian Joseph soon made the cut. I'm going to be completely honest. This wasn't a difficult choice, but we're going to talk about them anyway, and we'll talk about the absentee as well. I think so. It's only fair. So we'll start with the absentee first. George Hurst didn't make the list because we had 4 nominations. Where did it all go wrong, mate?
He didn't score at Reading. Sorry to interrupt you. But if he scores at Reading, it's a complete different season for me.
That number cleared off line.
I think that's probably a fair assessment.
Yeah.
It's just too early for him. The Championship is too early for him. He's got it. He's definitely going to get it. He's got. He has the ability to be a professional footballer without a shadow of a doubt. I don't know whether Leicester have taken they're taking a massive gamble on him in terms of the fee that they paid for him, the wages that they're paying him. You know, it's a huge gamble. I think. I'm not convinced at the moment that it's going to pay off for him.
Yeah.
I hope it does. I hope it does for him. I genuinely do, because I'm sure he's a really lovely bloke. And if he could be half as good as his dad, he's going to be a damn good Championship striker. But it just would not fall for him while he was with us, was it? Would it? You know what I mean? He couldn't even get a tap-in. One of those tap-ins that we missed had dropped to him, and he'd knocked it in. Everything would have been completely different. And Ben, I think you're right. That effort at Reading, that goes in. Different season.
Yeah. Towards the end of the season, to be honest, he was quality, I thought. I thought he looked like a
low-end scorer.
He looked like a low-end Championship striker, is what I thought.
Which is where he should be right now.
Right now. I think to be honest, I won't be what's the word? I won't be rejected to the idea of him coming on loan next season.
No, I agree.
If Smith goes, because I think League One's he's stomping ground at the minute. I think, like I said, if you're going to be half as good as his dad.
Yeah.
I wanted to say earlier in the season he's only got so far because of his dad. That's clearly not true, given the performance at the end of the season. Should have scored, got rugby tackled on the halfway line. Oh, edge of box. Was it?
Edge of box.
I can't remember who against. We got rugby tackled.
That chance against Barnsley towards the end, which
kept
him
a good stop. Listen, he's going to be good. I'm not giving up on him because I think he's going to be a good player.
I don't think he'll be a Premier League player though.
No, I don't think he'll be a Premier League player.
Who knows?
Premier League's not for everyone, though, is it? But
who knows?
But so we did make the list. We'll start from top to bottom for this one. Lewis Wing on loan from Middlesbrough. If he signs in August, Ben, or September, whenever the season started, do you think we stay up?
Yes, I could. I bet everything I've got. Yeah.
Okay.
I've said this so many times. One of the best midfielders I've seen in a long time. Technically, he's got a few attitude problems, I think.
Here we go. Ben, I know. I know.
Technicality-wise, vision-wise, football smart-wise.
I love it when you make up words.
Football smart-wise, I mean, he's how I see the game. He's how I try to play the game.
But he sees it in the game.
But he's better. He's better than me, obviously. Don't be sat here. But he's my player.
Yeah.
He's what I want. He's the little sneaky balls in between. He's everything I want in a player, to be honest.
I think when Ben says his attitude problem, I think, Mick, it's just a bit of arrogance.
Yeah.
But I like the arrogance in footballers. You've got to have that bit. The best players have that little bit of arrogance.
Yeah. Definitely.
Can I just think? I don't think he's arrogant. I think it's naive. I think some of it is, I'm good, so I can take a shot, and some of it's good ideas. Some of it is just, I'm going to take a shot because I feel like taking a shot, which is naive to me, which nearly cost us because they go and score from that break, which he has a shot, come out from a corner, he has a shot, he gets blocked. If they go and score from that break, we're down in that game, that's gone. I can't remember what game it were, but silly things like that cost you the season when you're relegation fight.
You've got to be brave enough to take those chances, though, because sometimes you will score or create a corner or create a stop the block shot or just create a bit of pressure.
If we were anything else but a relegation team last season, I have no problem with him doing it. But it's the fact that we needed every point we could get and doing silly things like that. I didn't have time for.
I disagree. I want to see that. I want to see him take those shots which have no right to go in because they just create moments. Moments of magic like that can turn, and stupid as it sounds, and it shouldn't, it can turn a season. I know it didn't.
Almost did, didn't it, at Cardiff?
Well, it can make you a legend. Look at Ravel.
Oh, well, yeah.
It can make you a legend. So,
I've got not. There's nothing else you can say about Lewis Wing.
Okay.
I wish we got him in. I wish we got him earlier in the season.
Yeah.
And why he's not making it into Middlesbrough side, having seen him play, but only twice. I accept that. It's beyond me because he seems to be a damn sight better than what they got at the moment.
They battered the second. I disagree with you when you said that last time. They absolutely hammered us.
They should have beat us. We had 10 men.
Second game. I know they should have beat us, but they were quality.
We took 10 men. We were a better team.
True.
So
True.
Next one with Ryan Giles. We've talked about him briefly, but he's got quality to be a championship player, definitely, hasn't he?
Yeah. Without a doubt. He's got quality to be a Premier League player, but I think he needs a few more seasons on his back yet. So
what I would say is, I know Wolves getting rid of the coach at the end of the season.
Nuno's gone.
If they don't play five at back, I'll happily have him back. Because they won't. If they don't play five at back,
he'll just go as a winger.
I don't see why
He'll just go to being a winger.
I don't see. I don't think he's good enough for a winger. I don't think he's good enough, but I think his wing back's his perfect role.
I think wing back's his perfect role.
Listen, if he wants to play wing back, if he wants to play wing back, come back to
New York.
No, I was trying to think of where it is.
Rotherham.
Middlesbrough.
What, they have training
The
players?
stadium, yeah.
Routwood.
No, the stadium.
Rotherham.
Yeah, whereabouts in Rotherham though?
New York.
No.
Rotherham.
All right.
Town centre.
Yeah, town centre.
Just Rotherham.
Yeah.
Rotherham will do New York.
Yeah.
I mean, clues in title, really. It's on,
Yeah.
It's literally the name of the
United
podcast.
New York Talk.
Yeah. You're on fire, mate. Jamal Blackman. Good player. Ridiculously low on confidence to start with, mate. Ridiculously low on confidence.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a keeper as low on confidence as that.
No, I think I have. I don't think I have. And what I thought was sweet was some section of our supporters thought the best way to deal with that was to have another pop at him and make him feel even worse about himself, which were a brilliant idea and clearly worked very, very well. Not, you know what I mean? Listen, he finished the season. He kept us in that relegation battle to the last day. If it hadn't have been for Jamal Blackman, we would have been relegated long before Cardiff game. So 2 games, probably 3 games before that.
Yeah.
So for me, he is up there with Lewis Wing in terms of loan signings of the season because he prolonged our season longer than Lewis Wing did. In that sense, if you look at it in that sort of black and white fashion. I feel a little bit for Jamal Blackman because he's obviously been at Chelsea for a long, long time. He's never ever had a first team appearance, and just keeps getting loaned out season after season. But I mean, if it suits him, it suits him. But he deserves a permanent move somewhere, and somewhere that's going to help bring him on and bring out that absolute quality that he's clearly got. You know what I mean?
Which is his own choice.
I suppose it is, yeah. I suppose it is, and maybe he's getting a decent wedge from Chelsea. So happy days. Why would you not? You know, I mean, Chelsea as a club, manipulate the transfer system, the loan system, the juniors, the youth system. They manipulate it like Man City do. So why should a player not manipulate them? Good luck to him, mate. Good luck to you.
Why not, yeah. He's getting first team football.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd have you back. I'd have you back anytime.
Except next year when we've got Johansson goal.
Well, we've got Johansson, yeah. I accept that. But I would have him back, definitely. No question.
Final one on the list, Flojo, Ben. Moments of pure quality. That assist for Crooks against Preston at New York, where he ran from the halfway line to set up Crooks and put it on play for Crooks, was top-end championship quality.
It was Premier League quality. It was Premier League quality for a very short time.
That cross to Smith at Hillsborough as well was excellent.
Yeah.
He's honestly, it was where he moved with the ball was messy, like at times.
You could see at times how and why he came up at Ajax.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but then you can see at times why he's not still at Ajax.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. He just fell off a cliff. It was so good. It was so good. I thought, wow, this guy's unreal. I can't believe Derby let us have this guy. Do you know what I mean? And then
you look at Derby and think, I can see.
I can see why they've let. Well, I can see why they've let it go because he was sometimes he didn't make bench.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, flattered to deceive, didn't he?
Yes. Right. Lonely of the season. I think this is quite an easy one, to be honest.
I think anyone who doesn't know this,
obviously, it's Lewis Wing. Lewis Wing.
We're on the final round.
Yes, final round.
We've
got one left each. We've got left. Goal of the season, moment of the season. We're going to finish with player of the season. Ben's going to
got moment of the season. The nominees are Freddie, obviously at Wendy's winner. Chef Wednesday at home in general. Borough away third goal, and Lewis Wings first against Blackburn.
Yeah, so he's go from bottom to top.
Yeah.
Lewis Wing against Blackburn, Mick, 87th minute, something like that.
Yeah.
Free kick. He had been pure quality, but he'd not produced anything in front of goal yet. No. He steps up when it matters, when it literally mattered the most up until that point in the season.
Yeah.
And buried it.
Yeah, well, we were down at that point, weren't we? We were virtually down. It was massive, and it was a good free kick. It wasn't an absolute screaming, belting. It was a good free kick, and the keeper had no chance, and it meant such a lot in the context of the season at that point. And it, like you said, it hit bar, it hit post, it had deflections. You know what I mean? Everything had just none of it had gone our way again. Surprisingly enough. It was special, special goal, and an important one as well.
Yeah, Ben missed that one.
I did miss that one.
Yeah,
not the last one he's going to miss.
No.
Middlesbrough third goal. Did you see this one as well, Ben?
Yes, I did. Giles.
Ryan Giles.
This is the one you claim was a deflection. Are you happy with this
deflection. One? Was his first one?
This was his first one. The second one against Derby.
Yeah, his first one was clean. It was Ronaldo. You see Ronaldo made him finish all the time. Typical left foot cross volley on the floor. Typical Ronaldo finish, really. You know what else we said? It was a quality finish. It was a Carlos, the wing back finish. You know what I mean? It's what you try and do every time. It was perfect execution.
The thing about that goal was not the finish for me. It was the first touch. The first touch was just, I don't know what it was. It was a Mickey take. It was just arrogance. It was just the sort of the enthusiasm of a young kid. He just knocked the ball past the player with just like looking down his nose at him with complete disdain. Knocked it past him and absolutely melted him.
Yeah,
and it was just, that first touch was fantastic. Absolutely brilliant.
And it was the ice on the cake to where I think we've already talked about the best performance of the season. It was just like, God, we're good, we can be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And we were for a while after that, to be fair.
Yeah.
Sheffield Wednesday at home. We beat Wednesday at home for the first time since 1976-ish.
Something like that, yeah.
I don't know what we've talked about already. Anything more you want to add on that game?
No,
it was a fantastic performance.
We weren't there to be able to gloat sufficiently well enough.
No.
Although we tried. I certainly did anyway.
The final one is Freddie Ladapo's 96th-minute winner away at Hillsborough, with a sort of an assist from Izzy Brown's terrible corner. And once a Miller, always a Miller, and all that.
Yeah.
We've done this award because we put all the nominations in because we need to. This is one of the best moments in a Rotherham shirt since the playoff final in 2018. It's just anything. Just amazing.
I mean, yeah.
I weren't there.
No, Ben missed this one.
I was kind of glad, to be honest, because if I was there when he just shot, I would have screamed very loud at him what I thought.
I screamed very loud at him.
Yeah, I did.
No, not in a good way. When he shot, them type of shots I've got no time for them shots. But listen, if it creates moments like this every once in a while, then I don't see why not.
No, that's what it's all about.
I mean, if we'd have stayed up, he'd have been a legend.
He still is a legend.
Still is a legend, but if we'd have stayed up,
Yeah.
he'd have been even more of a legend. What a finish.
Yeah.
What a finish.
Yeah.
A great moment.
Yeah.
I know that one is not just because it's Sheffield Wednesday, that helps as your local rivals, but you're down to 10 men. You've been, since the red card, you've been battered.
Yeah.
It was a completely unjust red card, as proven by its overturning. And then just to go up the other end and to score a 25-yard stunner.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
With the last kick of the game.
Last kick of the game. Shout out, we'll talk about Lewis Wing. Lewis Wing massively helped Freddie here because that run on the outside.
Yeah.
That's the cleverness that Lewis Wing has, and that's why we put him as loanee of the season, because of moments like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's the only reason that goal went in. I mean, there is every moment, that Aguero moment, there's little moves off the ball that create the space. Every goal, every moment has that, and that's what I mean about football smarts.
Yeah, I think we all know the answer to this one, but Ben, what is the moment of the season?
Oh,
come on.
We put Freddie winner, no, Ben. Someone put that. So
because you missed it.
Because I missed it. Yeah.
No, Ben.
No, Ben.
Two more categories left. We're going to mix goal of the season.
Next.
Yes,
Mickey
goal of the
Mick.
season. So we have got Matt Crooks versus Middlesbrough, Lewis Wing versus Cardiff, the last game of the season.
I missed that one at all.
I'm not entirely sure why you're laughing. Then we've got Freddie against Watford.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
And Freddie against Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Matt Crooks' goal against Borough.
First time took it out of air, didn't he? On the volley. Just to kick off that game, Ben, it was just a superb, technically very, very difficult to take that shot, Ben.
Yeah. Away.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, do you catch a ball much cleaner than that?
Well, yeah, I suppose.
I mean, it's just what you want, in it. I mean, for a big guy, he's so smooth with the ball, and that showcase.
He's got a lot of the Frecklington about him. You know anything about him? The smooth, not as good as Frecklington.
It was a Frecklington finish,
but he's very smooth in his technical ability. He's very smooth, similar to Frecklington.
You can see Frecklington making that shot.
Yeah, it's a strange one that you make that comparison, and there's talk of Crooksy getting a decent money move to a Championship club, and he is a good player. There's no question about it. We've said it before. He's unorthodox, but he gets results. But he isn't a Frecklington.
No, he's not.
He's not as good as Lee Frecklington ever was.
No.
For me, that's again, it's all about opinion, isn't it? But there were never that talk about Frecks, were there? There were never that big money move on cards for Frecks, which is bizarre. I find really peculiar. But anyway, it was a cracking goal, cracking finish, cracking player. Love him to bits.
Yeah, another one. If he goes with Matt Sutton, I best.
Absolutely deserves to play at a higher level than League One without a shadow.
As long as we get a bucket load of money.
Yeah, obviously. Otherwise, you're staying Crooksy.
Yeah, sorry. Next one.
Lewis Wing, the strike against Cardiff in that last game of the season, which sent us all into raptures and sort of gave us that hope, that belief that we were going to be able to. We're going to be able to do it, and
another one that I missed.
Yeah, you did really well this season, Ben.
Yeah, I was somewhere. You were
training with me, so I
get
that.
Weather.
Yeah, all right. Let's try not to milk it. All right, you know what I mean. This is about Rotherham United, not about you.
Come on, Ben. Grow up. Superb goal. It's bittersweet because it was a superb goal, but at the end of the day, it just gave me 87 minutes worth of hope.
Yeah.
Or whatever, 70 minutes worth of hope.
Yeah.
And then gives a swift kick in the what's it?
Mick McCarthy took it away from us, didn't he?
Yeah. Cheers, mate.
Anyway. The next one, Freddie versus Watford.
Yes. Ben, did you see this one?
What a strike.
Oh, come on. I know you've seen it back.
I can't remember it.
It just dips. It just dips out of nowhere, doesn't it? I mean, it's obviously a week or two later from the goal against the Pigs.
Next game,
I think I remember it.
And it just dips, and the goalie's got absolutely no idea.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic strike technique wise, and what he's able to do with the ball. And Ben's now trying to find it on YouTube live while we're recording the podcast.
I remember. I think it's like a shot, and it like kind of dips over the middle of the keeper. Yeah, I do remember it. I'm just trying to recollect my mind of whereabouts on the field it was.
Ben did watch most of the season. We are just ribbing him for some of these.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
I just missed the best moments.
Just missed some of the really good moments. Yeah. And also finish on the Freddie winner at Wednesday. Again, superb goal. Sweet as a nut, but
it's a cracking finish. You know, you look at that, you watch that finish from behind the goal.
Yeah.
And what an absolute, it is a worldie.
Yeah.
It is a world-class finish. It really is.
Got his locker, Freddie.
Yeah, he has, absolutely. Let's not go into that right now because this is the end of the season awards.
Cool. So to let us know what the winner is, Mike.
The winner.
What the winner is. Oh, yeah.
Of goal of the season 2021.
We spent 5 minutes talking about it. You had to double check what the category were.
I'm trying to work out what that says. It says Freddie versus what?
Watford. The lack of room in these envelopes is
the
problem.
So, I'm having that. I'll have that.
For me, call. I think it's a tough call, but for me, the Watford one was technically better. I agree with the Wednesday one being technically brilliant. I think the Watford one was was pure quality.
It was, yeah.
Ben?
Yeah. I mean, can he catch a ball much sweeter than that when it's not on a volley?
No, I don't think so.
Probably not.
We're going to go over an hour this time, so apologies to everybody. But we are got one last award, Player of the Season. The big one.
I mean, I
nearly dropped it.
I know who's going to be the winner.
We all know who's going to be the winner, but we're going to go through it anyway.
I disagree.
You disagree?
Yes.
Hang on then. So let's go through it.
Yes.
The nominations are Wes Harding, Michael Smith, Matt Crooks, and Richard Wood. We'll start from top to bottom because we've always talked about a lot of Wes Harding, but apologies everybody. That's Ben's phone. Probably letting him know that Freddie video's ready to watch.
We're incredibly professional.
I'm sorry.
Wes Harding, Mick. All his technical qualities on the pitch qualities, but he just comes across also as a person. We don't know him very well. I've never met him, but he comes across as just Mr. Professional.
Yeah,
it comes across very Michael Smith in terms of looking like he just wants to work hard.
Took his shirt in, didn't he? I mean, that says everything you need to know. That's everything you need to know about him.
I think our polls told you everything you need to know about it.
Oh, what?
Our polls when me and Mick
pause. I mean, when you took your shirt in, you know it
means business.
It means business. Yeah, it means a tidy, clean, professional defender. That's when someone took the shirt in. That's when you're having that.
Your shirt's not tucked in.
I'm just looking at your shirt.
Not tucked in. I'm not a classy defender though.
Okay.
Well, no, yeah, I mean he is a model professional, or he appears to be from the outside. And he's done absolutely everything that has been asked of him this season. And we have absolutely robbed Birmingham. I don't care how much we pay for him; they were robbed.
Yeah, playing it back there in a few years' time,
possibly.
Michael Smith, Mick, Ben, sorry, may well have played his final game for Rotherham United, but since his first goal this season against QPR, other than the odd game, he's been superb.
He's been immense. Immense is the only word. He's been unreal. I think the work he's putting off the field, is really showed. And that's what you want. I mean, hard worker, I mean, he's Warren's player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Warren and Warnock's player.
If Paul Warren had a bit more quality when he were a player,
Yeah.
that's who he'd be.
Yeah.
And a bit taller,
If
obviously.
Warren and Warnock had a baby, he'd be their player. You know what I mean, man? Yeah.
It's not where I looked at it, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, don't think about that. But he's been unreal. Some of the goals he scored, like he wouldn't have scored last year and the year before. Like when he goes 1-on-1, like last year, you're thinking he's not going to score this, and he's buried a few this season. And look what he's added to his game. Look, he's going to get his big money move because he added goals. We said it since he joined. If he can add goals, he's going to be a quality player, and he has, and he's going to get a big move, and deservedly so.
Yeah, much less wasteful this time than last time in Championship. Much less wasteful.
Yeah, definitely. And better at holding the ball. Just better all round, weren't he? Just better all round this time.
Yeah. So. Crooksy also in there. Probably on his way, Mick. But again, somebody else who was improved. It started off the season very poorly. I think by his own admission, or something like what Warren said, his head was a little bit turned at the start of the season. But that's sort of understandable.
Yeah. Of course it is. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we just, he's a Championship player, isn't he? He's a Championship player, and he probably sees the fact that, you know, he can get to a bigger club in terms of stature or name or reputation.
Yeah.
Cash. And it's about the money as well. It's a short career, you know. So yeah, listen, he's done well for us. He's been a great player, and you cannot begrudge him a move to stay in Championship. You know, I think if we'd have stayed up and he just still wanted that move, then I think I'd have been quite disappointed in him, to be honest with you. But you know, whatever. He's been great for us this season, and without him, we would have been down by Christmas.
Yeah, we would.
So.
The last nominee, Ben, Richard Wood, Mr. Reliable, the Magic Man, whatever you want to call him, signed on for at least another year. He could still be playing another 5 years, knowing Woody. And a lot of this nomination is a lot down to the change in formation of 5-3, 3-5-2, 5-2, whatever you want to call it. That's where at this stage of his career, maybe his entire career, but at this stage of his career, he needs to be playing a 3 at the back.
Yeah, because he can get that help. I mean, this is why I think should get it. He's been, I mean, without him, and he said without Smith down by Christmas, and you know that obviously that's over exaggeration. Without Wood be down by February, I can say that hand on heart. He has been immense, unreal. The amount of times that he's pressing and no one else is, and it's like he sets the example of leading by example.
I love it when he pops up left wing.
Yeah, because he's pressing.
It makes no sense.
He's pressing in 88th minute. He's 35, and there's no excuse for anyone else. If he can do it at 35, 36, no one else can.
He shouldn't be there, though.
No, he shouldn't be there, but no one else is doing it, so he has to do it. You know what I mean? That's a proper captain, and I hope he's here for a very long time because he's always going to be a legend in my books. And if I ever see him, I'll buy him a pint when I'm 18.
I don't think he's old enough to buy a pint yet.
No. Buy a pint and buy him a tin of water.
Well, like Ben says, there's a very, very strong argument to say that he is the player of the season. A very strong argument.
We win Championship because
and he's just. I mean, you look at the number of so-called Championship strikers that he's had in his back pocket.
Yeah,
you know, he's done Nacky Wells again this season, which is great. And you know,
Everton.
yeah.
Ivan Toney in the second game didn't get a touch. In the first game, he had to come to halfway line.
Yeah. So yeah, what a player, what a pro, what a man. And I just hope he stays with our club forever.
Yeah.
I don't think he's won this award.
I hope he comes back and does coaching afterwards.
Yeah. Anyway, the winner of the New York Talk Player of the Season is Wes Harding. 2 awards for Wes Harding tonight, isn't there?
Yeah.
Sign of the season and Player of the season. Right, so as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Even though Ben just said he disagreed with it. Cheers, Ben.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about it. We decided on all these awards. So, we. Well, on the group chat, Mick, you don't often respond. It's mainly just me and Mick, to be honest. So light them behind the curtains.
Yeah.
So that's it for this season. That is this is our final episode of the season. We've got nothing more to talk about. I think we've talked it to death. And I've had to relive some painful moments quite a few times. I think I'm fed up of talking about that Cardiff game now.
Yeah.
thank you all. I hope you've enjoyed the awards episode. I think we've enjoyed. Anybody watching on YouTube?
Yeah, it's quite nice actually. I might start wearing this more regularly.
He won't.
Make it signature look.
Yeah, why not? I feel a bit like a snooker referee. Some white gloves on. That's all I need. Isn't it? And then,
Thank you, Ben. This season has been at times torturous, but a laugh.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Nick, thank you very much.
yeah, you're very welcome. This is not the last podcast of.
This is the last one
It's the
this
last
season.
of the 2021 season.
Yes.
However, there'll be another podcast next week.
Probably.
Probably,
I
yeah.
don't think there's any doubt about that, do you?
Well, there'll be a podcast later on this week.
There'll be two
Maybe two.
this week.
If you
And
bonus.
there is a set of videos
That won't be a podcast.
coming out. No, well, it won't
Well,
come
it
out as a
might be-
podcast, but it will be out on YouTube.
So yeah,
For people. to
what he's
view.
talking about is the Pull One video, which everybody put forward their videos, and not just the videos, the audio clips and written messages. That video will be out this week. We'll send it to the club as well, because it was just for Paul One, so we're trying to send it to him. So thank you everybody who got involved in that. Anybody who don't like it, don't worry about it, guys.
Yeah.
Don't watch it.
I mean, if you want to see any outtakes as well, I'm sure we've got a few of them outtakes from the podcast.
There was maybe some outtakes from this season. Maybe the one of where we tried setting up for tonight will be out there, because that was a nightmare. We also have an episode coming out this week, which will be out at the latest, Mick. It's all on you now.
Is it?
So it'll be out Friday. Me and Mick spoke to a Rotherham legend last week. The audio is ready to go.
All right.
We're waiting on the video.
Oh,
to be
really?
finalised.
Okay.
So
Fine.
the doctor will see everybody on Friday.
No, it weren't Doctor Who.
How do you know?
Because I was there and I interviewed him.
True.
That's another long one. But anyway, that'll be out Friday at the very latest. Maybe Thursday, depending on what's done in terms of the video. Because on YouTube and podcast, maybe about at the same time. That will be out this week. A really good one. We'll announce in the next few days on Twitter and Facebook who it is. But it's a good one.
I don't think we're going to do that anyway.
You are?
Well, maybe we could discuss these sorts of things off air.
What do you
Just a
think will happen? What do you think will happen?
I don't know.
And then we will try and keep coming with some former players as well. Because we've got the Euros coming up, which will keep us busy. Just watching the games, never mind anything else. But we'll try and keep something coming throughout the summer.
Yeah.
As and when we can. And then when it gets to pre-season, everything will ramp back up properly. The plans do 2 episodes a week as normal.
Yeah.
I may not be there for the few of the start of next season.
If you listen, hang on, listen. Can you everybody cheering?
Yeah, I might be there for a few of the start of next season and some of the summer ones. But yeah,
That was the sound of nobody caring.
I know.
We've got plenty of stuff coming up.
Yeah, loads.
Keep an eye out on socials this week for when this episode will be out with the former Rotherham legend. So thank you, Mick, for this season. Thank you for tonight.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Ben, for the tonight and everything else
You're welcome for the tonight.
for the tonight show. And thank you, thank you to Lewis and Danny and the IUFC who have helped us with the website as well with some stuff. Thank you to those guys, and make sure you check their articles out because they are superb.
And there will be more coming.
And there'll be more coming. Yes, exactly. So thank you very much, and we'll see you all next season.
And Pringle looking towards Agard. Ravel, ambitious, but brilliant!